lovelies. This is Sheree from Divine Visions. Welcome to all of you. I'm so glad that you could be with me today. Thank you for all your lovely comments down below as well that you leave towards me and other people here. You're very supportive and I love your good vibes, guys. So today we're going to be having a look at the twin flame connection between the divine masculine and divine feminine. We're going to see what's going on for July and see what messages come up between the two of them also. So basically what I do is I tune into certain groups within the collective. I never know at the time that I'm doing them which ones I'm going to be tuning into, because I don't like to put my own beliefs or expectations out there, and I allow spirit to guide the session. So today we're going to be using my divine tarot for the divine masculine's energy. And, whoa, wowza, what's going on there? And then I'm going to be using the Light Seer's Tarot for the feminine as well. Okay, guys? So first up, we're going to get a... Just keep your person in your mind as well whilst I do this, okay, guys? So there's so much love in the mix, you know? There's definitely hurt and pain and separation, but there's definitely this never-ending, beautiful love underneath everything. Shining so brightly for you. You do it. You both do it. You both do it. You both shine this light towards each other, even though in the 3D there's so much damn pain. In the 5D, it's just you're always connected. You're always connected, and the love is just nothing can come between you. Now let's have a look. What is the main theme, please, for this month for the twin flames? Oh, wow, guys, this is amazing. This is the gentle, beautiful, loving energy that is coming in from the 5D. Even in the 3D, the third dimension, where we are right now in the physical, you could be going through this process right now. It's a hard journey, guys. It's a hard journey to get to this place. So many of us are caught up and trapped in the pain and the hurt, and it's all we kind of know at that time, and it's the ego self obviously being connected to the pain body that we're attached to, but at the same time we are living a human experience. We are spiritual beings living a human experience, which does bring a lot of pain to us and to our heart chakras, and this is definitely to do with the heart chakra, guys. So it's asking you to look into your heart chakra, divine masculines and divine feminines, to come into this energy, to remember where we come from, what our core essence is, and where we originated from, where our souls originated from. All right. So on that note, that is the main overall thing going on here, but I do want to see what the divine masculine's main one is with this as well. What is the divine masculine's main energy? We are going to look at the tarot. So he might be getting really busy in his work. Workaholic is, you know, someone who just keeps working. They distract themselves through work. It's all they do, and they just want to keep building and building and you know, saving their dollars to build their empire with, and to have that legacy to leave behind. But it could be that they're distracting themselves. They don't want to face their emotions yet. We are going to have a look at what that is, because it is interesting. The forgiveness has come up for both of you. What is the divine feminine's main energy, please, for the theme for her this month? Yeah, having faith, keeping the faith. And we've got the crystal amethyst here for the crown chakra. It's connecting to the highest angelic realms. It's the 5D. And so perhaps, you know, connecting with her divine masculine on the 5D, whereas he's in the 3D being a workaholic. So it's very interesting. And also the world, the Mother Earth, you know, it's that nurturing energy coming through. Perhaps really getting in touch with the earth plane as well. So there's a balance between the 3D and the 5D right here. And holding this cup of love and cup of light towards the divine masculine. It's a spiritual light right there as well. So there could be a faith that the divine feminines are really holding strong to. It could be their spirituality, could be a religious thing there. But whatever it is, they're holding on very strongly to the faith that things are going to be working out okay. And they might be tapping into their heart chakra right now in that gentle, beautiful energy as well. So let's have a look. We're going to have a look at the divine masculine in these cards right here, the divine tarot. All right, and then we got the light seers for the feminine as well here. So I'm going to see what's going on overall within them. We are in, as far as I know, we are in, we're in Cancer energy now. So it's all about nurturing, and it's about the home and family and intuition, going within, and emotional sensitivities, embracing that perhaps. So let's see, where is the divine masculine at? All right, just going to shuffle them quickly, because I take them from the top in these readings. Okay, let's do it. So let's have a quick look at where the divine masculine's main energy is at right now. So he's going through heartbreak, guys. He's feeling really pained. He's feels like there's been a death in this connection for him. He really feels, because the card that comes before this is the Two of Swords, which is that indecision. And it feels like he feels that he's made the wrong choice, and his choices have led to a heartbreak here. Not only towards the divine feminine, but he's very impacted by this. And as we can see, he's gone into workaholic mode, so he might be trying to escape this heartbreak right now. The Three of Swords also represents somebody who is needing to purge the last part of that heartbreak, that heartache and pain. And it's almost like toxic energy can sometimes be stored in the heart chakra, especially if there's karmic connections in the past and lessons to learn. And there might be a build-up of certain things from childhood, even past relationships that have caused a lot of pain, and that he might have stored within his heart chakra. So instead of kind of like purging through this right now, he's burying his head in work, and maybe trying to fulfill his passions and seek some sort of respite and relief through work or creative endeavors right now. Instead of going within, he's kind of looking without. So he's looking outwardly into his world, his 3D world. And so that's really going to be something he's still running away from right now, is his current feelings, but also it's mental torment, being the Three of Air. It's the swords, it's the air energy, it's mental energy. So mentally he might be tormented at this time and trying to run away from his thoughts as well. So it's just interesting how this is coming through. And what I see here too is the crows represent spirituality. They represent that death, magic. It's all very, very deep stuff here, and it's something he's running away from. He doesn't want to face the inner self right now. He's not embracing the transition. So when we can purge, that pain, it's time for release and recovery. Like, it's release, but it's also a time for recovery and healing. And it's relief, I should say. It's relief. He's not getting that relief because he's running away at the moment. So, because the next card after this one is the Four of Swords, the Four of Air, which is that respite and mental respite at that, and recovery. And he's not getting that relief right now from allowing himself to purge this much needed energy that needs to be purged. So where is the divine feminine currently at right now? So the divine feminines are plodding along, basically, really focused on their own endeavors right now. really focusing intensely on something that's helping them to build and grow towards something of value for themselves. And it could be in the material world. The pentacles are very much the earth plane. And we did see that she's focusing on some things in the earth plane here and nurturing something and tending to it and allowing it to grow. So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. And this is the person that will tend to their crops and really pay attention to detail and make sure, I should say, that everything is in perfect order. Like there's a plan in place. There's nothing that's just impulsively done here. It's really something that is taken its time with. She's taking her time in building something or creating something and moving towards this in a beautiful way, and it's slow and methodical. So as I said, there's a plan in place. There could be a lot of creativity in this for the divine feminines. They could be watching their health right now too. You guys could be watching your health. We got the Knight of Pentacles, which is the Virgo, and it's all about health. It's about service. It's about duty of care, and also it's the humanitarian number as well, card. And so what we see here is that the divine feminines are really just maybe in their own little world right now, just focusing on their own creative stuff. There is a sense of peace in this place right here. Like when you're doing the things that you love doing and that you're really taking care of, it's something that you really feel like you have peace in your heart and it's just calming to you. It could be anything from gardening to horse riding to making a quilt. I don't know where that's coming from, but you know, it's something that's very creative, and it's something that you're creating and you're making something of yourself. You could be building a business, you could be making something, you could be selling things online. Whatever it is, there's something that you're very invested in and moving towards in a beautiful way. So it feels very different energy to what the divine masculine's going through right now. How are you both feeling for one another? So how is the divine masculine feeling for the divine feminine? So he does feel that this divine feminine is his destined soulmate, I feel, or twin flame. He does know that there is a destined feeling to this with her, and that there is a lot of luck with this divine feminine as well, and fortune. So he does feel fortunate that the divine feminine is in his life, even though there's this heartbreak. There is this this feeling of wanting to know more about the connection, wanting to know where it's going to turn to next. I want to get a clarifier on that. What's going on with this divine masculine with the Wheel of Fortune. Now the Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Jupiter, and I tend to see that as the Sagittarius, seeing as Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So it's all about luck. It's good luck and fortune, and he feels very fortunate, I feel, to have the divine feminine in his life, but he's wondering where it's going as well. Where is the wheel turning in this? So we have the World. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. So he does definitely feel that the divine feminine is someone that he looks up to. He can see that there's this journey with her that he needs to complete. And he does feel that she kind of completes his world. So maybe in this separation, he really does, you know, he's undergoing all this heartbreak and this mental torment because he feels lost without the divine feminine, knowing that she is the world to him. And the world also shows that there's a lot of wisdom attained in this as well. So I feel like he wants to grow this wisdom with the divine feminine. He does really look up to her. It's almost like he puts her on a pedestal, I feel. And he does feel that, you know, this is the universe. So he feels that the universe has kind of sent her into his life as well. And he doesn't have all the answers, though, but he feels it on a deep level that, you know, this is where it's meant to go, that he's meant to be moving towards the divine feminine. He's got to be on this journey with her, and he's got to come to some kind of success and completion on this journey. And this could be also why he's feeling the way he's feeling. He might feel a bit like a failure right now, that he wasn't able to deliver this to her either. Yeah, see, the Queen of Earth, this is how he sees the Divine Feminine, is that she's the queen of the earth. Like, she is abundant, she's the goddess, she's the empress, you know, she is the queen of stability and beauty and luxury, and she's very assured of what she wants. She knows her value, and he knows her value because this is what he feels for her. So he looks up to her as a queen, someone who, you know, I've got that song in my head, Everybody Wants to Rule the World by, I can't remember who it's by now. But it's interesting that we have this kind of energy where he really looks at her like she's his whole world, and that she really is the abundance in his world. You know, so this is really interesting here, that she comes in with this abundance and fortune, and he feels like he's really lost something of value here. He really feels that the Divine Feminine is very independent. She's very strong on her feet, and she knows exactly what she wants, and she knows where she's at in life. And it's interesting because we do have the Divine Feminines working very strongly towards something. They're very grounded, and that's how he's feeling for her, is that she's very grounded. She is someone that he wants to spend his life with. So let's have a look then at how the Divine Feminine's feeling towards the Divine Masculine. So the Knight of Cups reversed, this is the Pisces energy. I meant to say the Queen of Earth I see as the Taurus, being ruled by Venus. The Empress is ruled by Venus, which is the Taurus Libra card in the tarot. So what I see is that the Queen of Earth to me is the Taurus, the Empress. So we've got the Knight of Cups here reversed. This is a Pisces. This is someone who comes in very romantically. They offer their cup of love. They're very romantic. They are the ones that will come in and sweep you off your feet, and it's all beautiful and lovely. And it makes you kind of melt, you know, when you have this offer from this person. Being reversed, the Divine Feminines are seeing or perceiving that the Divine Masculine is in an immature energy right now. He might not be coming forth and giving his cup of love to her, or even these roses. She feels that he is kind of closed off to her, and that makes sense, seeing that he's in this place of heartbreak right here, and he's feeling the loss of her. So she's feeling also that, you know, this is her feelings, that she doesn't necessarily feel ready or able to, or even wanting to extend her cup of love to him right now. Because she's in this Knight of Pentacles stage, so she's not really in an emotional, you know, loving kind of energy right now. She's too focused on her own material world, and may not feel that he really deserves it at this time to have her love. So she doesn't necessarily even want to bring in even the smallest amount of love right now. She, as I said, she doesn't really feel that he's really earned it right now. There's something that it feels like some of the Divine Feminines have withdrawn or withdrew this energy, like this cup from him, this cup of love. Even an apology, some Divine Feminines might have wanted to come in with that forgiveness energy that we saw before, the main theme. There might be something in her heart that she's trying to keep the faith with, but is also trying really hard to work on herself before being able to extend this cup out to him and this love. Even a letter or, you know, a text. There feels like there's a holding back on this, even though she might really want to. She knows that it's not the right time. She still has things to sort out in her life down here, and work towards. And I feel like it's really on themselves. They're really trying to build themselves up, even though it's so weird that the Divine Masculine views her as the queen. You know, he sees her as this way, and he feels this with her, and that there's a lot of security with her. The Divine Feminines are not necessarily feeling that about the Divine Masculines. They're feeling that he might be quite emotionally closed off, because he's running away into other things externally, into work, etc. And she doesn't necessarily want to give. I want to get another clarifier on that. She doesn't really want to open up her heart to that. Yeah, the Ten of Wands, feeling overburdened by the connection. So if she was to focus on this and worry about this and feeling like she's giving something that he's not giving, it's like there's no equality. So she doesn't really want to put attention or effort into something that he can't give back, and she feels like she's carrying the two of them. So it feels like she's carrying herself and her stuff she's trying to deal with and her past pain, let alone she can't carry his as well. So she's trying to remove herself from this connection because it's time to focus on her and build herself up, let alone having to be exhausted, further exhausted. She doesn't want to go back to that place of being drained of energy and being exhausted, having to carry this burden of both of their issues because he's not dealing with it, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so, all right, so what are the challenges they're both facing? So what is the challenge that the Divine Masculine is mostly facing? Yeah, it's opening up. See, we've got the Four of Water here, which can be that energy of someone being really bored and they're complacent in their ways. They see opportunities, but they're not really taking them, and often have them offered to them, but they just don't see it or don't want to see it. And it's kind of like they just can't be bothered. And when I created this card, I wanted the blindfold on this person who's underwater, because it's kind of like they're refusing to see anything that's there, that's available to them, and they're closed off. So it's kind of like they're emotionally stuck. They're kind of like putting themselves in this place of drowning in their emotions. You know, being reversed, though, I do see as it's a challenge. It is a challenge for the Divine Masculine to come out from this place. It really is a challenge for him to surface. You know, he's got to allow his emotions to surface. And as we saw before, he's working and getting busy and running away from his heartbreak right now. So he's not necessarily dealing, he's pushing it down. He's refusing to see, doesn't want to see the opportunity he has to heal this. You know, he doesn't want to see the opportunities. He doesn't really want to face it right now. So what is the challenge for the Divine Feminine? Queen of Cups, yeah, coming into that emotional sensitivity once again. It's interesting, we have the Knight of Cups reversed. You know, that romance, that feeling of love and wanting to give is not there. The feeling of being emotionally open and nurturing is not there for the Divine Masculine right now. She's definitely having to pull her energy back in. She's having to, she's kind of like put her hands out, like her hands are up in the air. It's like things are up in the air. She's got no choice but to just let things be the way they are. She can't or doesn't want to embrace this issue right now. It's too much, too heavy for her. She's trying to build herself up and really get strong, let alone, you know, doesn't want to get caught up in that whirlpool, right, with him. See how they're both kind of in the water element here. She doesn't want to get caught up in that whirlpool. She doesn't want to go down with him. So she's kind of like put her hands up in the air, like surrendering. I don't want to deal with this. It's yours right now. I can't deal with this. So that's this. I see the Queen of Cups as the Cancer energy. She's the nurturing mother. And what I see with this is that she doesn't want to nurture him like she was in the past, because it was kind of like nurturing a child. He was still growing in himself. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way towards masculines in any way. But what I'm saying is that some Divine Masculines are still growing emotionally, and the Divine Feminines would come in and want to mother them and nurture them, but she's not necessarily wanting to put that energy out towards him right now. She needs to bring her energy in. She's trying to balance her emotions. It's taken a long time for this Divine Feminine to be able to stabilize her emotions and just focus on something solid in her life right now. She's got herself in a good place. So she doesn't want to disrupt that energy by focusing too much or falling into this energy with him. So I feel like the Divine Feminines are watching from afar. They still have this pain within. They're still trying to move through it, but they don't necessarily want to jump in and focus too much on him or contact him or, you know, be caught up in that emotional storm or anything like that with him. She just wants to be able to let it go, surrender, and move into her own intuition, her own sensuality, her own goddess kind of like energy. She doesn't want to be entwined with this right now. So as I said, this is the challenges. So the challenge might be that, yes, she wants that, but is she doing that? So we're looking at the challenge here. So what I see is that, yes, she wants to come into that. It might be a challenge for her to not jump straight into that nurturing quality or getting caught up in his pain and his emotional drowning here, because they're very connected and psychically in tune. So she will feel this. She will feel this pull towards him, and she can feel his sadness. And she's trying to detach from that, so she's not going to come down, be brought down with him in that, because it just doesn't end up well at all. So there has been depression for the divine feminines. They've gone really down in that well of sadness, and she just definitely doesn't want to be there anymore. She's trying to stay above the surface right now. So what do they need to surrender? Because we are going to see the shadows first of all. What shadows is the divine masculine whilst he's in this place? What is he actually sitting in exactly? What is he sitting in right now? What is he going through? So we've got argumentative. So he's not someone that you could even at this time try and make reason with. He just is only seeing his own view. We see him with the blindfold on here. He doesn't want to see your point of view, divine feminines. He's not able to at this point. He might be antagonistic. If you're to, antagonistic means that he will provoke. So it could be that in this time of pain that he might do things. He might do things that will trigger the divine feminine. So if you're on social media and you're seeing him posting up things that is going to trigger you, it could be things like that he's being antagonistic with. It could be that you feel on an energetic level, that he's doing things that are making you hurt and that you are upset about. Coercion's a very interesting thing, because this is what you do when you try and force someone into doing something they don't want to do. And I feel like he's in that kind of space where he's kind of like forcing himself into a place he doesn't want to be. It's like a self-punishment going on here. And it's almost like he, through his pain and his lens of pain, because he's wearing that mask, he could be, projecting to the divine feminine that it's her fault that he's in this position, and that, if she would only do this, then he would be happy to do this. So it's kind of like putting her on the spot in a certain way as well, because he is coming from the pain. When you're in a shadow side, you don't necessarily think about what you're doing. It's not rational. What is the divine feminine's shadow self right now? What's she feeling in this place of the Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups reversed? Oh, hang on. Wow. She's feeling a lot. Wowza. Hang on, guys. I've got to put them back again because there's just too many. They've all come flying out. What is she feeling? Yeah, we saw this temptation before of her reaching out, and she's trying her hardest to hold back and just surrender to the pain, surrender to it all, and just let it go and let it go for now. But she has this temptation to reach out to him and to keep tabs on him and stuff like that. But there's also this disconnection. So as we said, there might be she is feeling the disconnection very strongly and might be tempted in that place to reach out to him. So she's trying her hardest not to. We can see her hands kind of up in the air, like she's trying to surrender and let it go. Right, so what do you both want from the connection? I know we want to see what you're going to surrender first of all. What does the divine masculines need to surrender to right now? What do they need to surrender to? What do the divine masculines need to surrender to, please? Got two here. So we've got surrender to inner peace. Yeah, he's not in a place of inner peace. He's hiding away through work. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. So it's definitely something he's trying to run away from is the inner peace, because when you're in peace, like when you've got that silence going on and you're looking within, it's confronting because you've got to face those shadows and those things coming up and that pain. And he's surrendering. I mean, he needs to surrender comparisons with other people. So he's looking at other people right now and how they are in connections, and really feeling quite, what's the word, jealous, envious maybe of other people, and how maybe even his friends, how they might have come out from heartbreak or how happy they are in their connections as well. So he's kind of like looking at other people and seeing the kind of life that they're having, and he might see other people around like the same age as him, or even his mates, as I said, someone who's at a point in their life where they've really spiritually grown, they've moved past this real, heartache and pain, and he seems to be carrying so much and not emotionally stable. So he's not feeling good, he's feeling like a failure. What is the divine feminine needing to surrender to right now? Oh, there it is. So yeah, look at this. The divine feminines need to surrender low self-esteem. So you deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants, of low self-esteem. So that's something that they're trying to work on, is perhaps their self-esteem right now. This is something that is a thing in progress. It's a work in progress right now. So let's see then. What do you both want from the connection? What does the divine masculine really deep down want from this connection? Look at this, guys. The King of Earth. Did we not see the Queen of Earth before? He wants to be on the same level as the Queen of Earth, as the divine feminine. He wants to come into this king energy and be strong and stable and secure, not just materialistically in his life, but obviously emotionally. He wants to be emotionally secure. He wants to be the person that she looks up to, but also on her level, that she's able to share equally with. This is something he wants, is for her to realize and recognize his value as well, his worth. That's just amazing right there. Oh, that goes in here, doesn't it? So, wow, that's amazing. So he definitely wants this from the connection, is to be on the same level as her, to have that security and stability, to be able to provide it, to be able to share it, and vice versa. So what does the divine feminine want? Well, the star reverse, see, she wants the wishes and dreams to come true. She wants this healing and transformation to take place in this relationship. The star is the Aquarius energy. I see the king as the Capricorn. So it's very interesting. I feel like for her at the moment, it's not the wish come true. It's not the healing. The stars aren't aligning right now. And that's what she definitely really wants. But she wants to heal herself first, I feel, rather than... Yes, does definitely want the connection to be healed, wants that forgiveness to come through. Both of you deep down want that forgiveness of each other. But see how she's keeping the faith over here? She wants to keep the faith. She has the hopes and dreams to come true here. The hope that the star will, the guiding light will bring each other to, together again. So she wants to be able to get to that point where she's able to shine her light again as well, because some of them have really dimmed their light through that low self-esteem. So what action will the divine masculine take towards the divine feminine this month? So the Chariot reversed is the Cancer energy. It shows me that being reversed, he's not necessarily charging forward towards the divine feminine. He's obviously in that place of heartache and pain, and it can take some time to heal, as we know, with pain. And he's feeling it quite strongly right now. He's running away into work, so he's not necessarily moving towards the divine feminine right now. What's the clarifier? I just want to get one. Don't really need one, but I will anyway. Yeah, he needs the strength. He needs to grow strong in himself first. This is a Leo. He needs to definitely grow strong. And he might be trying to hold himself back too from coming forward to the divine feminine, because at the moment he's not in a very loving, beautiful, calm energy. He's really not in that healing right now. He hasn't gone through that. So to come towards a divine feminine now would be a very bad move, because he knows he would just hurt her more. So that might be why he's also running away into other things, because he doesn't want to be in that place where he's feeling lonely and lost. and missing her, and has a temptation to reach out to her. So he's kind of trying to restrain himself, but also at the same time he needs to grow strong in himself as well. So he's really pulling back on those reins there of the chariot, the horses here. So what action will the divine feminine take towards the divine masculine? So 8 of Swords, she's coming out of a place of feeling like trapped. You know, this is the card that has self-limiting beliefs right here. So what she's going to do is take that blindfold off and see things for what they really are. So it's because she's building her self-esteem, she's learning her own value, she's starting to look in the mirror and really see things for how they are. She's starting to really see herself for how she is. She's starting to love herself. So it's that kind of action, I feel, is that she's not necessarily taking any physical action towards the divine masculine. If anything, she's focusing on herself. She's looking in the mirror, she's looking at her own values, she's freeing herself from past negative thoughts about herself and even the connection. She's starting to see things how they really are. Yeah, because we got the Hierophant reversed, which shows the traditional values and beliefs, its commitment, its lessons learned. It can be study for some. So I feel like she's really looking into the lessons in this connection, but also realizing that she can only commit to herself at this time. This is the Taurus energy. So it shows that there's definitely this need to be loyal to herself at this time, remain grounded in her own path right now. What is the possible outcome for both of you? So let's have a look. Yeah, possible outcome for both of you. What do I want to see with that? I want to have a look at this one, actually. Oh gosh, sorry. I'm going to shuffle on them and put the energy and intention in there. What is the possible outcome, please, for the divine masculine, divine feminine this month? Oh, that came out before, guys. It's meant to be. So you're both on a spiritual quest. You're both going within. You're trying to work out which way is the best way to navigate out of this. Some of you might be thinking the worst about each other, about the connection, about where it's going to end up, the destination. But at the same time, this is the inner journey, guys. This is the quest that you're both on. You need to go through the pain, the lessons, build yourselves up, grow strong, love yourselves, to the point where you feel like you're able to offer something of value to your counterpart as well. I want to see what both's going on here. So 7 of Air is the hiding behind the scenes, maybe being secretive, keeping an eye on things. That your divine masculine is really going to keep an eye on you. They are keeping an eye on you, but they're also looking from afar. They're quite hurt still, and they're not going to come forward and reveal their feelings or their thoughts to you. They're definitely on their own quest right here, trying to find truth in the situation as to what they feel and what they need to do. And you're on this quest where you're mastering your emotions right now. We had the Queen of Cups reversed before for you, and this is you coming into this beautiful energy. Maybe you'll go into a bit of a meditation retreat, sound therapy, could be music therapy, that kind of thing. You could be really wanting to be near the ocean, the water right now. It's very beautiful energy. I see this as the Scorpio in this one. I feel like there's a lot of transforming going on, transformation occurring emotionally for the divine feminines right now. And they're coming into a very generous, beautiful energy. So you might even come into that forgiveness that we saw before, because you have faith in this connection right now. Now, I want to see what messages you want to say to each other, guys, because this is really, beautiful right now, what we got here. So, as painful as it looks and as challenging as it looks, it's all part of the journey. And, it is challenging, it is painful, it's bloody hard. But at the same time, you're moving towards something just really beautiful together. So what does the divine masculine want to say from his broken heart? We can see he does have a broken heart. These are my cards, new cards, Divine Confessions of a Broken Heart. What does he want to say to the divine feminine, please? Wow. He says, I've lost all faith. I don't think I can ever trust again. You've got the faith. He hasn't. He's losing faith. He's lost faith. He doesn't think he can trust himself. He doesn't think he can trust people. He's had a lot of pain in his past as well, it looks like. People have maybe used him. There's another one. So my heart needs closure. I need to know why. So he might need to know, well, he's after answers here. These are all the secrets and things that are hidden behind the scenes. He needs to know what's going on, and it might be why he's watching from afar and not coming forward and saying much. He's just perceiving everything and trying to process it and work it out, even though he's getting busy in his workplace, you know, or just busy with his hands-on stuff. There's something he's burying his head into. His heart needs closure. He does need to know why things turned out the way they did. He might be oblivious to some of his actions here. What is the divine feminine? Hang on, that was the divine masculine. I am protecting you by staying away. Wow. That's in line with it, isn't it? So what does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? You were meant for me and I was meant for you. And that's that Jules song it reminds me of the Jules song. Oh, that flipped over. I really miss your smile and I miss holding you. So some of you might be really reminiscing on that. I wasn't strong enough. It was easier to walk away. Some of you might have walked away from this divine masculine. I have mixed feelings. One minute I am sad, the next I am angry. We did see that with her trying to keep her emotions stabilized right now. And so I need you here with me. I wish you were by my side. So there is that sadness there. What else does he want to say? I am sending you signs. So his physical, his spiritual 5D self is sending you signs in the physical. Could be that you see his name everywhere. You hear a song that you both share. It could be anything that's your significant between the two of you that's significant that he's sending, okay? What do you want to say to him? Surrender to the present feeling, yeah, because he's running away. So you want him to surrender to it and feel it and process it and move through it and heal. That's what you want to happen. What does he want to say? You are my secret passion. Oh, God, yeah. He's hiding. See, the 7 of air is that secretive behavior. So he's definitely holding this within himself. He's not letting anyone know that you are his secret passion. He's definitely not letting you know. What else? What do you want to say to him? What do you want to say to the divine masculine? What does the divine feminines want to say? I find everything about you so pleasurable and irresistible. So deep down past the hurt that the divine feminines feel, you know, this love that they have for him is right there. What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? You are my heaven on earth. Oh, yeah. Like, it reminds me of that world card that we saw before, and how he sees you as the earthy, grounded, divine goddess of abundance and luxury and beauty. He just sees that you are the heaven on his earth. So what is your message to him? What is the divine feminine's message? I know I messed up and did things that made it seem like I don't care, but trust me, you are my world. So the divine feminines realize, sorry about that, the divine feminines realize that there are some things that they have also contributed to within this connection that they feel that they have maybe sabotaged or projected something onto the divine masculines that have caused this breakup as well. So they're not angels either. You know, us divine feminines are not angels. We can contribute to the pain towards each other. Now, what do you both want to say? What's his shadow side want to say to you right now? What is the shadow side? What does his shadow side want to say to the divine feminine right now? His shadow self. So we've got facing my wrongdoings is too much for me right now. I feel like I failed. Yeah, that's really strong there. The pain in my heart is too much to bear. Yeah, we do see this, don't we, with what's going on. So what does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? from her shadow self. I am taking everything personally. So everything that's happened between the two of you, you're really taking personally, because he's not in a very nice energy right now. This divine masculine's closed off. He might be antagonizing you through different things. You know, you might be seeing on social media, or you might be hearing about that he's doing or saying, or just energetically picking up on, even knowing that he might be with someone. It's those kinds of things that are really harming the divine feminine. She's trying to keep an eye on her own business, let alone, you know, she doesn't want to really focus on his pain or what he's doing, because it's quite personal and hurtful. So let's have a look. What else do I need to see here? Yeah, so overall, what's going on? So you both want to build this dream home. It's that security and abundance together. I see that you are both home to one another, and this is what it comes down to, is that you feel home towards, you know, you feel home together, that this person's your home, you're home to them. But it might have been in the physical realm that you did share a dream home, or you wanted a dream home together. Yeah, look at this commitment. So it does show me that you both share the same, same dreams and wishes and desires for this commitment to have a dream home together. At the moment, it feels impossible, because you're both going through this, you know, detachment, disconnection, having to work on yourselves. And it's not easy on the divine feminines either. They're struggling to do this as well. It's not just easy and saying, you know, you're off doing your work and you're all good and everything. It's not like that for you. The divine feminines are definitely going through some emotional resistance and temptations and challenges themselves. So let's see a special message now, guys. Let's see what's the special message that the divine masculine wants to share. It's just from the 5D, from his... Look at this, soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. Your divine masculine might call you his soulmate. He might not know the term twin flames, but he knows there's a very spiritual, special bond here, and he knows that you are connecting in spirit. So he knows that energetically he feels you, he smells you, he can hear you, he's dreaming of you. There's all these very strong signals here for him regarding you. So he knows this within himself, and this is why he's so pained. So what does the divine feminine want to say? Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Do what feels right. Stop thinking. Stop trying to be logical about everything. Stop getting caught up in the physical world, working like crazy and running away. Look into yourself. You already know the answer. Do what feels right in your soul. I think she really wants the divine masculine to really embrace, finally, his feelings, so that he can heal and process and move forward through it. And he might need external help. And some divine masculines find it very hard to reach out to counselors or to friends or family. This divine masculine especially is hiding and holding a lot within him right now, and it's to the point where he's just so unable to deal with it. He's getting caught up in different things to take his mind off it and distract himself from it. So this is really important, that the divine masculines learn to embrace what they're feeling, to sit in it and accept it and try and work through it somehow. And the divine feminines are trying to keep the faith. They're trying to come into a place of forgiveness, even though it's so damn tough. But it looks like that a lot of them will, because of the King of Cups energy. Just keep doing what you're doing, working on yourselves and giving yourself that love. Try and send love to the connection as well, as hard as it might be. Try and stay in that high vibration of love and light, as we know. And send that to your counterpart. Both of you need to do this, but the divine masculines can't really do that in the space that they're in right now. They're just incapable of doing it right now. So guys, I hope that's helped you for July. This is your reading, twin flame reading. It is still some challenges, there are still some challenges to go through, but I feel very positive about this reading, guys. So there is some kind of achievement and progress being made. So I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love and blessings.